At a certain point, a single income system starts to feel thin. Not broken. Not failing. Just narrow. Everything works, but everything rests on one set of assumptions. One flow. One way value enters. One way effort turns into return. And when something changes demand, energy, attention, timing, the whole structure feels it. That feeling is not a signal to scale. It's a signal that the system has reached the edge of its role. An income stack doesn't begin as ambition. It begins as a response to fragility. A stack is what forms when one system is no longer enough to carry what you're building. Not because it's weak, because it's singular. The first mistake people make when they hear income stack is imagining multiple income streams. More offers, more platforms, more projects. That's not a stack. That's multiplication. A real stack is not built by adding income. It's built by reorganizing how income exists. Instead of one structure trying to do everything, attract, convert, stabilize, compound, the load is separated. Different systems begin carrying different types of work. And the moment that happens, income stops feeling like one fragile pipe and starts feeling like an environment. Stacks don't grow income first. They change how income behaves. This is why your first income stack should never be designed. It should be observed. Stacks emerge when you start noticing that your system is doing different jobs at different times. Some parts are pulling attention. Some are converting it. Some are stabilizing it. Some are storing it. When one structure is forced to carry all four, it stretches. When those roles separate, a stack begins to form. The first income stack is not about more. It's about distinction. It's the moment you stop asking, "How do I grow this?" and start asking, "What role is this actually playing?" Is it discovery? Is it trust? Is it conversion? Is it continuity? The answer to that question is what tells you what belongs next to it. Because the first stack is not built outward. It's built adjacent. Something that supports the system, not competes with it. Something that reduces load, not increases motion. Something that stabilizes, not distracts. The first income stack is usually formed to protect the system that already works. Not to replace it, not to outrun it, but to stop it from carrying everything alone. This is why the earliest stacks don't look impressive. They look small, supportive, almost secondary. A feedback structure, a distribution surface, a continuity layer, a validation loop. But structurally, they change everything. Because once a system is no longer responsible for the entire journey, it can become excellent at the part it was already good at. And that's when systems start deepening instead of stretching. This is also why income stacks fail when they're imagined before they're needed. People design stacks from desire. They build top of funnel, mid-funnel, back-end, automation, community, offers. But there is no stack yet. There is only one system wearing many labels. And so nothing stabilizes. Nothing specializes. Nothing compounds, because stacks are not categories. They are responses. They form in the presence of real tension, where attention arrives too fast, where demand outpaces structure, where continuity is missing, where value escapes instead of storing. Those points are not problems. They are invitations. They are the system telling you where another structure wants to exist. A real income stack always answers a pressure the first system can't resolve alone. This is why your first stack should feel relieving, not exciting. When it's right, it doesn't add complexity. It removes strain. The original system becomes lighter, cleaner, more focused. The second system doesn't make money. It changes conditions. It captures something that was previously dissolving: trust, attention, data, truth, continuity, demand. Whatever it captures, it should make the first system stronger simply by existing. That's how you know a stack is forming, not noise. You'll notice fewer resets, shorter recoveries, more predictable outcomes, not because you worked harder, because the environment changed. And once two systems are carrying different roles, something subtle happens. Your thinking changes. You stop managing a thing. You start watching interactions. You begin noticing flow between systems, where people move, where they stall, where value transfers cleanly, where it leaks. And that's when stacking becomes a practice, not a project. Because you're no longer building income. You're shaping an economy. The moment two systems relate, you stop having income. You start having structure. This is also why the first stack is the most important one you'll ever build. Not because it pays the most, because it teaches you how systems behave in relationship. It teaches you that stability doesn't come from size. It comes from distribution of function. No single system is meant to attract, educate, convert, deliver, and retain. When one tries, it becomes brittle. When roles distribute, systems gain resilience. And resilience is the soil compounding needs. So the first income stack is not the beginning of scaling. It is the beginning of architecture. It is where you stop asking, "What can this system do?" and start asking, "What should this system never have to do again?" That question alone reorganizes how you build. Instead of expanding a system until it breaks, you begin relieving it until it strengthens. Instead of adding features, you add structures. Instead of chasing more income, you shape better conditions for income to exist. And as that becomes your way of thinking, stacking stops being something you plan. It becomes something you recognize. Strain concentrates. Flow distorts. And you know what that means now. Another system wants to exist. Not to make more, to make this one whole. The first income stack is not about multiplication. It's about coherence. It's about allowing different structures to carry different kinds of work. And when that happens, effort stops spreading. It starts landing. Systems stop stretching. They start relating. And income quietly changes character. It becomes less reactive, less fragile, less dependent on perfect execution, because it is no longer coming from a single source. It is emerging from a small environment. And that is the beginning of real stacking. Not a pile of income streams, but the early shape of an economy you are starting to design.